pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania. He definitely is in the top 10 players of all time. No question.
Basketball in high school, I imagine many of them considered him their hero. They idolized him. We heard from Darrell Reynolds before, who played basketball at Lower Merion High School. He's now on the coaching staff. He won a title with Villanova University. It appears, by the way, that the news conference is going on. We're going to turn to that right now, just so we hear the latest on this helicopter crash.
Elizabeth Espinoza from Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department will be out to introduce and facilitate this press conference, which will include Sheriff Alex Villanueva and there we go, Chief LA County Fire Chief Darrell Austin.
You know what, while they walk up to the podium, we're going to go back here to Lower Merion High School as the sun begins to set, the crowd grows. Right on that sidewalk, just outside Bryant Gymnasium, you see that guy right there wearing his Lakers jersey. The impact of Kobe Bryant is great. You wonder, he caught the tail end of Kobe's career. Judging by his age, he might not even remember the 5 titles that Kobe had won.
But obviously he's a fan.
Yeah, oh, for sure. You're going to find a lot of those people today outside the Staples Center in Los Angeles and also outside Lower Merion, where Kobe played basketball and won a state championship for the first time, I think, in 53 years back in 1996. Putting our area on the map, and every single time he was announced, they didn't say college because he went right to the NBA. After high school, they say Lower Merion High School, something that Kobe wore as a badge of honor. In fact, he's got a famous cheesesteak joint. He was a McDonald's All-American. I believe he was Player of the Year in high school his senior year. It was controversial when he decided to declare for the NBA draft, being selected 13th, falling that far, believe it or not. Being selected by the Charlotte Hornets at the time through Jerry West and the Lakers. And it sounds like this news conference is beginning.
Let's go ahead to Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department with details about the investigation into the crash that killed Kobe Bryant. Let's take a listen.
Down by 2, and they want him and beat him at the free throw line. Got it. How he responds, not backpedaling, whatever he has to do to get to the other end. And if in fact he gets to the other end before a foul,
today, shortly before 10 o'clock at 9:47 a.m., the Los Angeles County Fire Department received a 911 call of a potential helicopter down in a brush fire at the intersection of Los Virgenes Road and Willow Glen Street in the city of Calabasas in unincorporated Los Angeles County. Upon arrival, our firefighters discovered approximately a quarter-acre brush fire that resulted from a crash on the hillside. The Los Angeles County Fire Department initial response was 15 pieces of apparatus and 56 personnel that consisted of paramedics, engine company, heavy rescue, truck company, hand crews, and aircraft, and a chief officer to oversee the incident. Upon arrival, during the incident, and upon arrival of the Sheriff's Department, our 2 respective departments entered into unified command to handle this incident. Cool. Our firefighters on scene indicated they fell in steep rain with a quarter-acre brush fire that was occurring at the time. Our firefighters hiked into the accident site with their medical equipment and hose lines to extinguish the stubborn fire, as it included the brush fire, debris from a helicopter, and the fire also included magnesium, which is very hard for our firefighters to extinguish because magnesium reacts with oxygen and water. In addition to our firefighters hiking into the incident, we had 1 helicopter flying to the incident with firefighter paramedics on board. Those paramedics were hoisted down to the incident early into the incident. They did a search of the area for survivors. Unfortunately, all the survivors on board were determined to have been perished. Firefighters and hand crews worked to extinguish the fire while carefully preserving the incident for investigation. Currently, the investigation is still ongoing. I would like to turn this over to my sheriff to continue the press briefing.
Thank you, Chief Osby. Personnel from Los Hills Sheriff's Station responded to the scene of the crash site and assisted the fire department, and we've established a containment area, and now our Aero Bureau has a handle on traffic or aircraft accidents. However, when there's a fatality, then it switches to the National Transportation Safety Bureau, the NTSB, and the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. The FAA is already on scene and assisting. We're waiting the arrival of the coroner's office to assist in the recovery of the remains. As the chief indicated, there were no survivors. We have a manifest that indicates that there was 9 people on board the aircraft, the pilot plus 8 individuals. There is wide speculation of who the identities are. However, it would be entirely inappropriate right now to identify anyone by name until the coroner has made the identification through their very deliberative process, and they've made notifications to next of kin. And it'd be extremely disrespectful to understand that your loved one was perished and you learn about it from TMZ. That is just wholly inappropriate, so we're not going to be going there. We're going to wait till the coroner does their job, and we're assisting the families of those who believe they've been impacted, and it's a tough process. And our hope goes out to all of the members who were on board, all the families.
Play. The crowd was on their feet. Look at that one behind the back to spin. Nice play. And Kobe, show me some footwork. Number 28. Looking for the Olympic team that declined to go. Ray out. Oh, swatted away by Kobe. Rashard Lewis cleans things up down inside. Number 27. Fourth quarter this night, played through it. Good point. Daddy A watching Kobe. Driving and putting it in. Oh, in the world did he do that? He passed himself off the backboard. That was a planned play, Kevin. I've seen him do that a lot. Number 26. Some space against George Lynch. 2 seconds, 1 second. Kobe for the win. Kobe Number 25. Shot clock out of 5. Bryant. Yes. That was a little tough to Albert Gentry. That insult to injury, Kobe. I mean, what a shot. You can't defend that. Are you kidding me? You can't defend that, Mark. I mean, Grant Hill gets all over Kobe Bryant. Watch him hang. Number 24. The room he needed to get that shot up. Bryant. Oh, Kobe Bryant. A remarkable move. You will see from Kobe Bryant this year so much athleticism, so much spectacular play. Number 23. Kobe again for the win. He is hard to believe. No, he's not. Amazing again at the buzzer. Is there anybody more clutch than that man? Number 22. Kobe pops out. Kobe's going to go.
Souls that perished on board. We will continue to follow this story, of course, and have all the latest details on this breaking story as reaction continues to come in. You can get the very latest details at cbsphilly.com. Once again, when law officials come back out and provide more information, and of course on Eyewitness News tonight after the Grammy Awards. We now return you to the Farmers Insurance Open. I'm Yuki Washington.
For the win, Kobe going up over Bell, ball away. It does it. There's no over doubt. Kobe wins it for the Lakers. They beat the Bucks in overtime. 107, 106 is the best of the game. The best closer. Number 19. Kobe Bryant at the point on a 1-4 offensive formation.
How difficult it was for firefighters to get there. Originally, we just heard from LA County Fire that they actually helicoptered, lowered somebody down from a helicopter, tried to get to that debris. What they found apparently were 9 bodies, 9 people on the manifest, 8 passengers, including 1 pilot. Now, from other sources, we've confirmed, obviously, that Kobe Bryant was on that plane. The NBA reporting that his daughter was also on that helicopter as well. Now, earlier I reported that it was believed that 4 of Kobe's children were on that flight. That is incorrect. Unfortunately, this is a horrible tragedy, and one of his daughters was on the helicopter at the time. Obviously, they're still working this investigation. The NTSB is coming. The FAA is already on scene. The coroner is going to make the final determination of who exactly was on that plane. But again, I apologize for those remarks earlier about Kobe's family on that helicopter. One of his daughters apparently was on the helicopter, according to the NBA. Again, this is a tragedy that is hitting all of Southern California. We saw people sitting here crying, people wrapped in Kobe Bryant towels and jerseys, just really hurt that this has happened to this community, and of course for basketball in America as well. Very hard hitting, the impact here. Tom?
It no doubt is rocking people all over the country. A horrible tragedy is right. Matt, thank you for that. I want to go to a moment now to show you what Kobe Bryant meant to the people of Los Angeles. This was at the Staples Center earlier today. And again, that's the Staples Center there. Fans chanting, "Thank you, Kobe." We will have complete coverage tonight on World News coming up. Live updates on abcnews.com. And join us later tonight for a special presentation, Kobe Bryant, Death of a Legend, on ABC at 10 o'clock. Thank you for being with us.
Number 12. Bryant. The power and the explosion of Kobe Bryant just takes off and accelerates. Number 11. Look at the hustle of Lamar Odom. Off to Kobe Bryant. Counting for carelessly with emphasis. The question is, where is Steve?
Example of a 41-year-old man can't just take the time and energy to bring flowers to the funeral, so to speak, to those that we love, but also bring them soup when they're sick. And that there's people in your life that you have strained relations with. I remember I had a point in my life where I didn't meet my father, and I felt really bitter about it my entire life. And to have the opportunity to release that energy and that negativity on my heart and that anxiety, I just want to implore everybody that can hear my voice, if you have that opportunity.
7. Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up for the buzzer. Banks it in! Oh! He banks in the 3! And the Lakers win the game! The officials have to review it, but they're celebrating already here at the Staples Center. That was so well defended by Miami, and that is personified. 6. Bryant out top against Patterson. Kobe cannot get Patterson in the air. A wild three. Eliminating in the regular season possible. Out to Kobe. All the way high. Are you kidding me? Are you? That's the way to end the regular season. That's the way to end it. 5. Score. They need some help. Long run out by Kobe Bryant. What did I just see? You saw what Kobe does best, and that's bring people to their feet. 4. Portland has 3 timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant
I'm Michael Lees. Reaction is coming in from all across the country, as you might imagine. We've been sharing some of that with you here. We're bringing in now Stephen A. Smith, one of our ESPN colleagues who's known Kobe Bryant for quite some time, even going back to the high school days at Lower Merion High School outside of Philadelphia. Stephen A., you've had more and more time to process what's happening now in terms of the death of Kobe Bryant and also the reaction we are seeing from people to that death. How are you summing this together when you're talking to people over the last few hours?
Well, you just realize that we lost somebody very, very special. And I think that somebody said earlier that anybody associated with the NBA community, I think it was Coach Alvin Gentry of the New Orleans Pelicans, he said anybody associated with the NBA community is incredibly devastated by the loss of Kobe Bryant. He's a 5-time champion. We know all of those things. We know he was a winner. We know his dedication and his commitment to excellence. But, you know, there was life beyond basketball. And it wasn't just about him winning an Academy Award. It wasn't just about him being
again. You talked about him being in one of those zones. He's definitely in it right now. Yes, sir. Kobe Bryant. Yes. Well, there's 70. Kobe's got the Laker record and an 81-point game. History tonight at Staples Center. MVP. Number one. Bryant, going to the basket. There it is. A 50-point game in his farewell. Bryant for three. Unbelievable stuff tonight. Will Kobe give them one last gamer? Bryant on the move with the jumper. 58 points, and the Lakers lead. Here's Bryant's 2 free throws for 60. And the Lakers close out Kobe Bryant's career with a win and one of the great farewell performances in any sport. Thank you guys for all the motivation. Thank you for all the inspiration. You guys will always be in my heart. And I sincerely appreciate it. No words can describe how I feel about you guys. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, I love you guys. And I love you guys. And Mama out. I can't believe this actually happened, to be honest with you. Like, this is kind of crazy to me. Like, it's hard to believe that it happened this way.
And a 17-time NBA All-Star, the third highest scorer in NBA history, the 2008 MVP, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 5-time NBA champion, a 6'6" guard from Lower Merion High School, where he won the title in 1996. Number 24, Kobe Bryant.
I think there's been nobody better. Kobe Bryant was the greatest basketball player. He's a formidable force. He may be the most formidable force in the history of this game.
Kobe Bryant, at the end of the day, will go down as the greatest basketball player that has ever lived.
You know, Kobe was the greatest Laker ever. I step on the court, that's me. I don't play around. I'm not there to be your best friend. I'm there to destroy you. Kobe Bryant was one of the greatest ever. You'll never question the heart, the emotion, the grit, the tenacity of that guy. I hope people appreciate what we've seen from Kobe Bryant. Best part of basketball. I did everything I possibly could, but honestly, I'm okay with that. I was born to play basketball. And I had to really work to try to figure out what comes next. And that's really